Dogs are man's best friend. Dogs are the most loyal and lovely creatures you'll ever see. A dog is the only thing that will love you more than it loves itself. I had heard them all. And ever since I remember myself wanting a dog. I think I was about 10 when I first started asking my parents if we could bring home a puppy. My parents, specifically my mom, loves dogs and cats and cows and buffaloes and monkeys, a lot of animals in fact. And they never obliged to bring home a pet because my dad had a job at a bank in which he used to get transferred to a new location every 2 to 4 years. And so they thought that it was impractical to bring home a puppy, and then you never know what happens when we have to move to a new rental apartment, how difficult it will be to handle the dog. So it was practical for them, but I never understood what they meant. And I really never stopped asking for a dog. My sister and I begged, and finally we got home a kitten when I was 12 years old, but we lost him in about 6 months, and then we never had a pet. All the dogs that I had seen and met and cuddled and loved were majorly the dogs in my grandma's place. They always had dogs because they have like a farmhouse. And Ajji Mane always meant, oh my god, Rocky, Cookie, Brownie, Moti, Tommy for me. I had always thought that when I move out or when I get married and have my own place, I'll definitely bring home a puppy. But then adulthood actually hit hard, and I realized that my career was not set and I couldn't really bring home a puppy without the financial stability or the time and everything, that my mental space that I didn't have to bring home a puppy. And finally everything seemed like it fell into place, and then came my princess Alu. She came into my life on 28th of October 2020, and she was close to 2 months of age when she came to me. Right after the 2020 lockdown kind of started becoming relaxed, and my career was all set, and I thought it is time to bring home a puppy. It was a really hard decision to make because it is a life-changing decision. Once you bring home a puppy, you are responsible for that puppy, and you can't really abandon probably a year or two later saying that, oh, it's not my thing. So I had to take this decision very consciously. After almost an entire life of watching puppy videos on the internet and the entire lockdown of 2020, I've only watched puppy training videos, puppy haul videos, how to prep your home when you bring home your first puppy videos. That day I got a call from my husband's friend saying that we have puppies, you might want to come and look at them. And that day I just went to look at the puppy. Little did I know I would be riding back home with someone that has my heart now. 8 things that I kind of knew because I was so into watching puppy videos, but I only really realized after Alu came into my life. I want all of you to know if you are considering bringing home a puppy. Let's get started. Before that, I forgot. Hey, hi, this is Anagha and welcome to my YouTube channel. A puppy is a lot of time and a lot of effort and lot work. They are living beings. They eat, they poop, they pee, they run, they walk, they survive, and all of their activities are majorly dependent on us. And as a dog parent, you will be responsible for all of these activities going well. As a puppy, Alu was to be fed 5 times a day, and don't even ask me the number of times she peed and pooped in a day, and in all the wrong places. So prepping her meals, giving her the meal, training her, potty training her, keeping her entertained, playing with her, grooming her is all one part of the work. The other part of the work is making sure she's vaccinated on time, she's dewormed on time. I don't forget these dates. Making sure, checking her regularly for her health. Is she attacked by ticks or fleas? Is she eating right? Is she eating well? Is her poop normal? All of this is another part of the work. You cannot bring home a puppy assuming that, oh, all I need to do is just feed and play with her. No, that's not right. Puppies are a lot of work. Alu used to bite so much and so bad. I knew that puppies go through biting phases, teething phases, and they need to be carefully looked after during this phase. But I honestly didn't know that puppies can bite so much. If you are to be afraid, you're to be afraid of a puppy, not of a dog. All of us from the family have gotten bruises on ourselves because of Alu, and specifically me. All she did was bite, and we got so frustrated that we decided to never bring home such a young puppy ever in our life. She used to pee almost 5 times overnight, and I used to wake up every 2 to 3 hours to potty and pee train her. But at 2 a.m. she jumped on my leg, she bit me hard, and she was hyperactive at that time, and I was running low on sleep, tired, had a full to-do list of work for the next day, and I had to deal with this crazy puppy. That was definitely testing my patience. She chewed down 3 of my laptop chargers, 2 of my phone chargers, 6 of my footwears, 1 of my husband's shoes, my mother's charger, and a lot of tiny things around the house. I constantly need to keep an eye on her. I constantly need to make sure that any valuable thing is not at her reach. And now it's been even crazier because she's growing and she can reach a lot of heights. But trust me, it's just a phase. It'll take about 2 to 3 months for the teething to stop and she stopped biting us post that. It took about 1.5 months to properly potty train her, and now she goes directly to the toilet if she wants to pee or poop. And she's also getting trained to stop chewing things around the house. Oh my god, I'm not even kidding how smart dogs are. Looking at several YouTube videos, I have trained Alu certain basic commands. She knows to sit, she knows to stay, she knows to jump down, shake hand, high five, spin, and a couple of such tricks. All of this was taught through positive reinforcement method and, tempting her with treats. But what I don't understand is how they really learn things even when we don't actively teach them. We speak a language called Havyaka at home, which is closer to Kannada, and that is of course the language that I talk to with Alu as well. Quite a lot of things that I say on a regular basis, she knows them all. She knows walkie walkie or Hopana, which is let's go in Havyaka. She runs to the door as soon as I tell any of these words. She knows Ilikela, which is get off. She knows that I'm leaving the house when I'm picking up my keys or wearing a mask. She knows the sound of our gate. She knows the sound of my husband's car, my father-in-law's car. She knows kitty cat, which is a cat that visits our house usually, regularly. She knows that if someone leaves off the door, they will next be seen through the window. She knows a ton of things that I haven't even taught her. It's amazing how they pick up things just like babies do. Alu sleeps for about 12 to 14 hours a day, and that's usually how happy and healthy dogs sleep for. But the time she is up, she can create a ruckus in the house if I don't channelize her energy in the right way. I have also gotten Alu a virtual trainer to correct some of her behaviors. And she comes to me and demands me to stop working when I work a lot. So no matter how busy my day is, I make sure that I leave about half an hour just to play, cuddle and talk to Alu, other than her feeding time. I give her belly rubs, she gives me licks, I talk to her, she responds back, and I play with her, I teach her some new tricks, I practice some old ones, and we absolutely love our time together. Which brings me to my next point, that they put us into a routine, because dogs love routines, and as their dog parents, we also come up with a routine because we have to make sure that they are happy. A morning and an evening routine was always on my mind. Like I wanted to be on a routine, but it never kind of happened. But ever since Alu came in my life, I pretty much don't have a choice but to follow the routine. I start my day at around 9:30 a.m. after giving her breakfast, and she sleeps off after that. But at around 5 to 6 p.m. is when I typically shut down my laptop, and sometimes if I don't, she knows and she comes to me at like 5:30 around that time in the evening. She comes to me and she yells at me, barks at me, and makes sure that I'm off my table and take at least that half an hour break that is our usual playtime. She has actually been keeping me sane during these tough times. She is keeping me physically active. She is making sure that I follow a routine. Vet fees, vaccinations, good quality food, toys, treats, and other necessities like bed, leash, collar. Yes, we did account for all of these expenses. These were already something that we were prepared for. But you know what nobody tells us and what we should really be prepared for? Remember what I told a few minutes ago? Laptops, chargers, footwears, and a ton of tiny little things around the house? Yes, that's quite a lot of money. And to stop all of those crazy behaviors from happening, virtual trainer, that's also money. But this is something we would do for our babies, right? We don't really mind spending money, at least I don't really mind spending my money on my puppy. I want to give her the best life possible, and I make sure that I add a section of her into my budgeting every month. I brought home a 4 kg floof ball, and the last time we visited the vet, she weighed 24 kgs. I wanted to have like a puppy photo shoot with Alu, but she had such bad teething face, so much biting, that we really didn't think that it was possible to pose with her. It was really hard to even like hold her for like a minute or two. She used to come and bite us. So we thought, let's give it some time, and probably a month or two later we'll click cute pictures with her. And she was also our first puppy, so we didn't know how fast they grow. But oh my god, where, when, how? Can somebody please tell me, how did the last 5 months fly away? Can somebody please explain how the little ball of happiness that I brought home is now a huge puppy dog? I recently told my niece over a phone call that you can come visit us, we have a puppy at home. My mother-in-law laughed at me and told, you need to stop telling that. Alu is not a puppy anymore, she is almost a dog. My heart beams with joy to know that Alu's grown up so beautifully well, and I want to pat my back also for bringing up her so well. But somewhere my heart also pains to see that she's not a puppy anymore. What we also need to be prepared for is that they fall sick, and it breaks our heart to see them in such a way. Alu has a condition of hip dysplasia, which actually means that the leg bone doesn't sit in the back of the body, something of that sort. So when we found out in a very different way. We thought she had a virus attack, because of which both of her hind legs stopped working for about 10 to 15 days when she was a puppy. She couldn't really get up. I had to put her on her feet and she would walk in a very cross way. For the first 4-5 days, I thought she will never recover and this is how she'll have to live all her life. I don't know how many buckets of tears I would have cried during that week. It was really, really hard to see my child going through all of those. And she had like 14 injections in 7 days, like alternate, and it was so hard to see her go through all of that. And if you think about it, even humans go through sickness and unhealthiness, which we don't really see on the internet. We only see the happy and cute and lovely pictures and videos on internet. But the reality as a dog parent, which I also realized after following a couple of dog parents or dog pages on Instagram and YouTube, almost all dogs, just like humans, go through sickness, and that is not something we're usually prepared for, and it is definitely heartbreaking to see our dogs go through pain because they can't even express, they can't even tell what they're going through. We have to just assume and guess and kind of play around things. It's really hard. I always wanted a puppy. I longed for one. I envisioned myself having a puppy. I manifested, I begged, I prayed. I knew that I would definitely love my puppy very, very much. And of course, the puppy would also love me so much. I genuinely didn't know how much love I had inside of me to give to this four-legged species. I didn't know that this animal that's going around peeing in my house, messing up my space, chewing off my things, could love me so much. She is always around me, and since I work from home, I spend the most time with her and she spends the most of her time with me when compared to the rest of the family. And she is around me all the time. She sleeps next to my work table when I'm working, and even if I get up for like a 2-minute break to like just get a face wash or like get water, she will follow me with her half eye open and sleep right there in the kitchen or near the basin. She gets so possessive and so jealous if I'm talking to somebody else on phone and not really give her attention. She demands that attention, like I said. And I also noticed that she knows when to irritate me and pester me and when not. If I'm upset or already sad, I don't see her doing a lot of naughtiness. When compared to the days when I'm in my happy and chirpy mode, she does a lot of hangama in the house. She gets so excited when I'm back, even if I went out just for like a half an hour grocery shopping. I feel like she knows that I am her go-to person, I am her best friend, I am her mom, and I am her happy place, and she is mine. I knew that I would love my dog and I knew that my dog would love me, but to experience this is breathtaking. Even as I shoot this video, since I'm talking about her from a couple of minutes, it's making me all senti. Like I can watch her and weep of happiness. Because who knew one day Anagha's heart would be running around inside a four-legged, wet nose and a wagging tail body. Because who knew one day my entire life, schedule and day would revolve around this Bow Bow's routine. Because who knew one day something so small could teach me how big this word love is. That is that, and this is me signing off. Honestly, Anagha.